Right, so the other day on a live stream, I can't actually remember who said it, but someone mentioned about trapping a lion or a bear. And without much thought of it, I said I'd rather trap a bear. And the reason why that was because I've actually seen pictures of Native American Indian bear traps and old black and white photographs with traps with bears in them. So I'll show you those now. So as you can see, a couple of old kind of Deadfall type bear traps. Now I don't think they was grizzly bears or anything. I think they were slightly smaller black bears or whatever bears they get, you know, where those Indians were. But I thought I would have a go at trying to make a fairly larger trap. But the only thing was I've got a slight bad elbow and I was on my own and I didn't have much time to do it. But I think if you had a couple of you, you didn't have any types of injuries and maybe a few more bits of equipment, I reckon you could make some pretty decent, really big traps. So I'll show you what I managed to roughly make now. Might not look it. It's actually a really simple trap to set up. All you've got to do is tie a piece across the top of 2 trees, your rope onto your main log up to this stick, and then just another stick at the bottom to hold that one from flipping. Now I had originally intended to use that bottom piece of wood, which is actually a telegraph pole, but on my own I couldn't lift it, and also I noticed that both of these trees I've got a weak spot, so it probably wouldn't have lifted it anyway. couple of guide sticks. Ooh. Right, I'll put it back in place now. The cross piece would be better if it was lower. And a couple of guide sticks on the other side would help as well. As you can see, that was like, you know, that wouldn't kill a bear, but that was about as big as I could make where I was and with what I had. I reckon two of us could have lifted that telegraph pole up and probably rigged something up, but I couldn't pick it up on my own. I could pick it up, but I couldn't, because you need to hold it with one arm and then get the thing over, so it was just impossible. You might be able to do it if you kind of propped things up or something and, you know, put something underneath it, wedged it in place, maybe. But I think your better option would be, because another technique is, put the biggest log that you can do on your own up and then rest other logs against that one. And in that way you add extra weight to it, but without having to actually lift the massive heavy weight. Right, so yeah, and a couple of other things on that trap. It would have been better if it had had some more stakes at the back to guide it down so it actually landed on top of the other one, because what kept happening was where the trees were slightly leaning, when the deadfall fell down, it would miss the bottom log. So you could either move the log over or put more logs at the bottom so you had, you know, wood hitting wood. But it was a bit harder than I thought to make a very large trap like that. Like I said, I think if I had a fair bit of time I might be able to do it. And also one other thing, we ain't got no bears in England anyway, so, but you know what I mean, you know, just to try it, and you know, because someone had mentioned it. Right, anyway, cheers for watching and I'll see you later.